good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we will not see a run back. Kickoff. This will be a touchback. Quickly to the air is Wilson. And incomplete to open things up.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. He's going to drop forward and make it the 7 past the 30 to the 32. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Jeudy complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Mike Hilton, always dangerous on the corner blitz, and he gets the sack. Anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ball game, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. But that's impossible how difficult this defense is to throw against. Interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why the defensive staff spent the entire week trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
On
3rd and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. That's caught by Howard. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 45 yards. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The Texans at 6-4 now on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now back to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10. And mark him at the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Hey, cross you.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smacked down to the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Up the middle with Eckler. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Austin Eckler, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Jerry Sneed, and the Texans are going to have it here as they start at their own 23-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
7-7, our score after 1. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wilson. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. There's Wilson to throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. 20. 5. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Well, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Going for the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jalen Petrie picks it up. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, CD, you mentioned earlier spreading the ball around in this game. I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football. While we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he's going to have the Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The tight end is certainly positioned built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, they had it double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and throw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hand.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought? A quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times.
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Working with 2nd and 5 now. He'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this right upfield across the 35. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way inside. inside the 15 before they drop it. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This has been a good drive so far. The running game, for the most part, is pulling them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. In trouble, and he's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. To try again after the sack. Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They try to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll
get that complete to Alberto. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On first down, Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not get it on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly aren't ready up today, partner, because they've got big turnovers already. It's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact right on time there. And now 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 6. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this out past the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
flag now. Wilson on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And now here is another interception. They'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the score.
Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. He's got a man complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards. On first and 10, it's Wilson. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his right. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for two. Wilson going to throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Now a toss, running left, Eckler. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Back to throw here. he's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
In this passing game, they've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. His defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. They've been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They go play action now. Wilson under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And there was a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, there's not better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now Wilson on first down. This is caught at the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. McManus's point after is good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. This one taken in by Olave. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. Oh, wait. Hold everything. And timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town. And now
they're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover. Every time you turn around.
Yeah, you can just get going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Houston, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town.
Talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game.